Well, hello people on the internet. My name is LHI Fox, and today we're gonna be looking at my top 10 total drama couples. I was actually planning this for a long while, even I talked about it in my top 10 Gen 1 2 characters. I hope you watched that. It was a little bit longer than I expected it to be, but I guess if you want to watch that, I won't stop you. If you now on the little, I'm gonna put now a little eye on it. Yeah. So, okay. Please subscribe, and yes, we can start. So this first, I've watched a lot of top 10 total drama couples. Probably my opinion isn't close to your opinion. The list is a bit controversial, but maybe you like it. I don't know. Maybe you agree with some of it. And I've thrown in some jokes. So, let's start. So, for number 10, I picked the total drama revenge of the island couple, Dakota and Sam. So, I was actually not sure how to feel about this pairing. It seemed like it was never, it would never happen. You would never expect this. You expected Sam trying to ask her out the whole season and getting turned down every time, which is actually what he said in the Truth or Laser Shark episode. And the first two episodes, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan. Like, I thought that Dakota was too mean for him. But then from episode 3 to episode 8, it was a kind of weird, but I actually kind of liked it. Like how in Finders Creepers, Dakota doesn't know how to feel sorry for someone, and how in Runway Model she helped him with the fashion challenge, and the end in the Treasure Island of Dr. McLean, they officially got together. I'm pretty sure they got together in Runway Model, but there it felt more legit that they got together. And Dakota, the Dakota Zoey plot was kind of pointless, but I liked it. But I'm pretty sure it was only to give a reason for Sam to be an all-star. But I did like in the times that he did mention Dakota in Total Drama All Stars. So I think that's Dakota and Sam. Let's go into number 9 on the list, which is actually a couple who never got together. If for the whole show they were only attracted, but they thought I'd mention them anyway. I'm talking about Harold and Leshawna. So what I like about this pairing is that it was able to stay strong for all of the first 3 seasons. Like if you look at Lindsay and Tyler, she did mention him in action sometimes, but it wasn't enough. It felt like that only in Total Drama World Tour they were actually a couple, and I don't know. A lot of other couples kind of felt like they were just in the background, not helping the season. And well, Harold and Leshawna didn't add anything, but it was still interesting to watch. Okay, no one, and by that I mean, I'm talking about no one expected Harold and Leshawna to get together. I mean, uh, um, excluding the joke they had, the joke in the first episode, they didn't interact, and they never interacted. But can yeah. So then there was the total drama 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 island special where they where Leshawna broke up with Harold because as she said they moved too fast, and yeah, that's right. But yeah, that's right. But he still thought of them as a couple, and their interactions through action and world tour. Especially, I liked them in action. How Leshawna was how Leshawna had a conflict with dUNcAN just because of Harold, and yeah. Yeah, and she mentioned in the third aftermath that she actually still had feelings for him, and I'm pretty sure that sometime between action and world tour they got together, because for the whole season they felt like a couple. So I think that's Harold and Leshawna. Let's dive into our number 8 spot, which is Bridgette and Geoff. I originally thought of putting them a little higher, but after watching Action and World Tour, how can I say this nicely? They were always making out. I mean, for Action, for World Tour, it was a little reduced, but it's not like for you know what? Let's go over the 4 seasons that the pairing talked about, that the pairing was about. Island was their best season. She they were they had. I really liked how Geoff tried to flirt with her, but he didn't know how to flirt, and it was kind of funny sometimes. I especially liked it in the Up the Creek episodes. I really liked that. And Action. First of all, I think that I can understand why they wanted to have them in the show, but I would have I would have understood more if they would just if they were never in the season, because they didn't add anything to the season apart from the aftermaths, and I feel like the 2 episodes that they were actually in the season didn't really help. So I think that maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe it would be a better idea to replace them with characters that could add more to the season. And now let's talk about the aftermath episodes. I didn't like the story. I think that one of the worst storylines this season is Geoff McClane. I didn't understand why they did him that. For the first 3 aftermath episodes, they were always arguing with each other, and I'm not sure if I liked kissing or arguing more. And for World Tour, it might seem it's better than Action, but not as good as Island. It was okay. I could actually feel some drama, but Geoff didn't even compete in the season, so I don't really know. I didn't really feel that much. But it was okay, I guess. And I said 4 seasons. I mean 3 seasons and 1 spin-off. The Redonkulous race only included Geoff, which I don't know if I like that or not. And he mentioned Bridgette 4 times in this, 3 times in the season. Let me Google that. I actually think that's pretty interesting when he did that. And another thing, I didn't understand why Geoff wasn't in Total Drama Rama. I mean, I think he could have added something to the season. Wait here. Yeah, when they were introduced, he tells Bridgette that he loves her, and she is currently in Australia. And when Haim and Brody accidentally interrupt him and Emma's moment, Geoff states that if the situation happened to him, Bridgette would have been mad and given him the cold shoulder. And while discussing the possibility of a princess being held captive by the Komodo dragon, I actually remember that, like when they had to take. This is probably one of the most gruesome challenge. They had to be with Komodo dragons, and Geoff doubts that he would save a girl in distress, as he's afraid of what Bridgette would think. Yeah, so I liked how he mentioned that she's not completely forgotten, but despairing is not anything more than okay. Number 7. What did I put for number 7? Oh yeah, Carrie and Devin. So this pairing, they were different. They were like I don't know how to explain it. I think that my best way to explain this. Have you guys ever watched the show Friends? So I think that for the first 3 seasons of Friends, Carrie and Devin's relationship was quite similar. Like Carrie having a crush on him, and then his girlfriend Shelly broke up with him, and it was a real flip. I don't know. And I'm gonna talk about I'm just gonna talk about them not as a couple for a second, but as something else. I think that for Total Rumble, the Redonkulous race had the top 6 was the haters, the surfers, the best friends, the sisters, the ice dancers, and the police cadets. And the 2 finalists, the surfers and the police cadets, they were I didn't think they deserved to be finalists. Why? Because none of their development through the season happened through all the season. It just happened near the end. And Carrie and all of the other teams, their development was spread through the season. And I think that if the best friends and the sisters would be in the finale, it would make more sense. Okay, I'm getting out of track. And I think that sometimes Carrie's and Devin's relationship was a little bit rockier than I'd like them to. And I like that to be like they were okay, but I didn't really. But some of these storylines, like how they would change them every single episode. Like every single episode, there was a dramatic change, and yeah, I think that's enough for me talking about Carrie and Devin. Let's go into number 6. The only good thing about Total Drama Pocket 2 Island, Shawn and Jasmine. I think that I would have put them a little lower just because of what happened to them. What happened to them from episode 5 to 9. The picture that I'm using for this thing. It's actually the picture from Herland Go Seek when Jasmine started she when Jasmine apologized how Jasmine forgave Shawn. Yeah, I can't speak today. I can't speak any day. So I don't know how this instrument is called, and I definitely don't know how to play it. But Jasmine and Shawn were an interesting. When I think of, I probably they say that they're unexpected, but maybe I would have thought of them if they. Like when you think about them, both are survivalists. You both know a lot about survival, as I said, and I think that both are the best characters. They're my top 2 characters from Total Drama Pocket 2 Island. I have another 5 that I'm okay with, but I don't like them as much as these 2. And unlike the worst couple of Total Drama, Dave and Sky, they actually had a happy ending. I mean, maybe if Dave and Sky had a happy ending, I would like them more. I think that if that would happen, they would be in the honorable mentions. But for now, only Jasmine and Shawn can be here. Let's go into number 5, Total Drama's first couple. I'm talking about Lindsay and Tyler. So, when I talked about Harold and Leshawna, I said that the relationship was kind of paused for action and started again in World Tour, like that season never happened. And that's a problem with action, and not it's kind of forgotten. You could most of the storylines that happened, they didn't really get into Total Drama World Tour. They just didn't really care. And yeah, so Lindsay and Tyler are how can I explain it? Their comedy goals for the first season, Lindsay starts liking Tyler, and she but because she's an alliance with Heather, she that doesn't let her like him. She can't do she can't be with him, and she kind of is with him, but it's not. But when Heather doesn't know, but it's smaller than you think how much that storyline actually helps the season. I mean Tyler. Lindsay didn't mention Tyler for the whole other half of the season, but I guess that's okay. And for action, Lindsay competed, Tyler didn't, which I'm not sure if I'd want Tyler to compete, but maybe, I'm not sure. For now, I think I'm okay with him not competing. But Lindsay did mention him sometimes, like in the 3rd episode, when she said to everyone that to let Tyler do it, and they all told her that he's not here anymore. And so yeah. And And for the third season, that was their shine. If Lindsay forgot who Tyler is, always misunderstanding his name. In the in the Broadway Baby episode, she actually mistaked his name to Dave. I'm sure Total Drama Ricky is gonna be happy. What am I doing? But she catches up. She catches up for in episode 7, but sadly she's eliminated in episode 9. So there's not a lot. But Tyler does mention Lindsay, and they had a happy ending. But she didn't mention him in All Stars, and I'm kind of sad about that. So let's go into number 4. I actually mentioned them that they would be on the list in my top 10 Gen 1 characters. Please check it. It's in the description. Gen 1 to 2. And the absolute one-off, if not the best, the fan favorite, the winners of Total Drama All Stars, I present to you Mike and Zoey. Yeah, this pairing is controversial. Either you love them like me, or you hate them like weirdos. I'm gonna keep it short because a lot of Mike and Zoey's characters are centered around each other, and spoiler, both of them were on my list for the best characters. So yeah, and there's not a lot for me to talk about them, but so I'm not even gonna talk about them. Watch the video; it's in the description. For all of Mike's placement, I talked about him and Zoey. I can't even remember what I talked. I just know I did. Okay, sorry, I got a little bit carried away. So I guess if you don't want to watch that, so I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm gonna talk about them here because I really can't do it. I can't be bothered. Number 8 is Emma and Noah from Total Drama presents Very Ridiculous Race. I love this season. That's why two of the couples from this seasons are in here. If they would have done more, with this, I would even like them more. I'm sorry I forgot to put Unwind Crimson on the list. I'm now remembering that they exist. I forgot about them. And for Ryan and Stephanie, they're second worst for me. So yeah, but I'm getting out of track again. Emma and Noah, they were an unexpected pairing. The sisters and the reality TV shows pros were my favorite teams for this season. You can probably understand why I liked. I can't talk. I really liked both of their teams, and I actually relate to Noah more than any character on Total Drama. I'm like a mix of Noah and cOUrTNEy. I'm sarcastic, but always follows the rules and can be competitive. I'm like Geoff. Noah reminds me also of Chandler, again a reference to Friends. Chandler Bing, Mrs. Chandler Bong. Why am I making references? So let's talk about their history on the show. So 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 Emma they didn't have any interaction up to episode 7, where Noah started falling in love with her after watching her work out, I guess, for the challenge. But yeah, and Emma got the hint, and in episode 9 they made their alliance. Episode 9 is actually one of my favorites from the season. And then they were they started winning, and they started liking each other more for the next 10 episodes. And in episode 18 they finally got together, and then they understood that the reality TV shows pros are eliminated, but they had a happy ending in the 25th episode. Yeah, I'm not calling them by their name, I'm calling them by their number. Sorry. But in the 25th episode, where the sisters are eliminated, they tell Emma tells that she's gonna call Noah, and in the last episode they're together. They're sitting together and they seem happy. So I really like this pairing, and I really think that if they were developed more in another season, I really like that. But for now, let's go into number 2 on the list, which is. Wait a second. I feel like something's wrong, but I can't really put my finger on it. Oh yeah. Sorry. For the actual number 2. I just crushed all of the dUNcAN community. So, cOUrtNEy and Scott. The most expected pairing and the most unexpected pairing. Both of them are not nice people. There are only two couples are made both of villains, Alejandro and Heather, and cOUrtNEy and Scott. And in cOUrtNEy and Scott, the villainy is not that. You can't feel that much of it, but it's still something. And their interactions from episode 4 to episode 8 are the funniest things. In episode 8 they didn't really interact, but I guess that. And in the 100th episodes, or if you want to get that correct, the 104th episode of the show, I got a surprise, and cOUrtNEy and Scott got together. I actually have the picture of them getting together here. And unlike cOUrtNEy's last desire, I actually found them funny. They were more or less a comedic relief pairing. I mean, they can help the season, but they didn't do that. They have potential to come for another season, and I really think both of them should come to another season. I mean, how can I not like a pairing when the two people are my top two characters. I mean, how can you? Before we go into number one, let's go into the honorable mentions. And I'm just gonna go over them quickly. Izzy and Owen, Unwind Crimson, that I just remembered them. Gwen and Trent, some of them I don't know. They're not one of my favorites, but they're okay, I guess. And Courtney and Duncan for real. Also, I don't really like them, but I don't really hate them. But this one is for real. It's not a joke. Now, going into my number one pick. The best rivalry, the best relationship, the best everything on the show. From the best finale. In what it's gonna be. Is it Heather? Is it Alejandro? Both. I can't believe I made that joke again. So, you probably think, okay, you just ruined my life, my love for Courtney and Duncan. But if in your top 10 Gen 1 to 2 characters, both Courtney and Scott ranked higher than them, than Alejandro and Heather, how can this be fair? So let me tell a little bit of thing to you. Sometimes to like two people, they can be good, but together they're not perfect. They're not good. And that's why I think that Alejandro and Heather are better than Courtney and Scott. And first of all, it's less controversial. And if you're wondering why I don't have why the number 2 here and the number 1 here looks a little bit different, you think I'm gonna tell you? Okay, so let's go into first Total Rumble World Tour. I mean, it had a little interaction in the Celebrity Manhunt special, but it didn't feel like a romance. So let's go into World Tour. This is the prime. They are the best thing this season created. This season created a lot of good things and some bad things. Okay. Just, that's a silent way of saying the love triangle. And Alejandro and Heather were the best thing the season created. I mean, as I said in my How I Would Change Total Drama All-Stars video, link in the little you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna put one right now. So as I said, it's very hard making interaction between people that are not on the same team good, because you can't really do that. And I talked about that a little, and why I don't think it's good. Why I don't like the Island versus Revenge of the Island team idea. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that here. But if you want to watch that, I already linked to that. It's in the top and in the description. This season had a lot of you could have felt the interaction between teams. It was like most of the eliminations were Alejandro's fault, and he wasn't the same team. Like, he caused most elimination in team victory. Almost all of the eliminations, except for Lindsay's and Ezekiel's. I can't really think of an elimination that he wasn't a part of. Okay. So Alejandro and Heather. Yeah, so I really liked their interaction. Like, you could feel that they hated each other, but they also liked each other. And I liked it. I liked their this interaction. I found that funnier and I liked that more with what if and not and then how and I didn't really like this pairing, which also had the same thing. But Alejandro and Heather, they 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 actually made me laugh. I like their interactions, and from episode 19, the merge, to episode 96, the finale, their interactions were the best. I could feel the tension. It was most of the episodes most of the episodes were centered around them, and I really liked the songs that they did. My favorites are "This Is How We Will End It," "I'm Gonna Make It," and "Verses" that they did together. I have other favorites, but those are my favorites, Alejandro and Heather. Except "I'm Gonna Make It" also had Cody and Sierra, but Alejandro and Heather had the main part of the song. Moving to Total Drama All Stars. They weren't derailed, but Heather was kind of derailed. Alejandro didn't. I think he's one of the characters to be good in the other seasons he competed in this season, but Heather was kind of derailed. But I guess it's okay, and I liked how in the finale she and Alejandro actually got together. So I think this is it for this video. I broke again the score for longest video, because when I'm recording this is 38 minutes. So to annoy the OCD,